Did you know that dogs have over 100 different ways to communicate their emotions? But when it comes to saying sorry, they have a unique and heartwarming way of doing it. Have you ever wondered if your dog actually feels bad after knocking over your coffee or chewing your favorite shoes? Do they understand guilt the way we do? In this video, we're diving into the fascinating ways dogs apologize to win back your love. Let's decode the secret signs of a dog's apology. Number 1. Stops wagging its tail. We know a wagging tail usually screams happiness and excitement, but what happens when that wag disappears? You see, a dog's tail is like a mood barometer. When your usually exuberant pup suddenly goes still-tailed, especially after they've chewed on your favorite slipper or dug up the garden, it's a clear indication that something's up. They know they've messed up and that carefree joy has been replaced with worry and remorse. Think of it like this. A dog who knows they've broken the rules loses their playful energy. They become subdued, almost introspective. That joyful wag is replaced by a low, almost apologetic tuck of the tail. They might even hold it between their legs, a clear sign of submission in an attempt to say, "I messed up." Number 2. Nudges and nuzzles. We all know dogs are affectionate creatures, right? They love to cuddle, lean against us, and shower us with sloppy kisses. But did you know these displays of affection can also be their way of saying, "I'm sorry"? When your dog knows they've done wrong, they might come up to you with a gentle nudge of the nose, seeking your attention and forgiveness. It's their way of saying, "Hey, I know I shouldn't have done that, but please don't be mad." And then there's the nuzzle. You know, that adorable way they rub their head against your leg or try to burrow into your lap. This is more than just a plea for attention. It's a way for them to reconnect with you, to reaffirm the bond and rebuild trust after a transgression. It's like they're saying, "I value our relationship, and I'm sorry for jeopardizing it with my actions." This kind of physical contact releases oxytocin, the love hormone, in both you and your dog. It's a powerful tool for reconciliation and strengthening your bond. Number 3. Curling against your toes. Have you ever noticed your dog curling up at your feet, especially after they've done something they shouldn't have? This seemingly simple act speaks volumes about their emotional state. It's not just about seeking physical closeness, it's about seeking comfort and reassurance. You see, dogs are pack animals, and in a pack, there's a hierarchy. When a dog curls up at your feet, they're acknowledging your position as the pack leader. They're showing submission and vulnerability, saying, "I trust you, I feel safe with you, and I'm sorry for disrupting the pack harmony." It's their way of seeking your forgiveness and protection. This behavior often stems from a place of insecurity. They know they've messed up, and they're worried about the consequences. Curling up at your feet is their way of saying, "Please don't be angry. I need your reassurance that everything is okay between us." It's a powerful display of trust and a plea for your understanding. Number 4, droopy ears. Dogs may not speak our language, but their bodies are constantly communicating. And one of the most expressive parts of their anatomy, their ears. Those floppy, perky, velvety appendages are a dead giveaway to their emotional state. Think about it. When your dog is excited, their ears are up, alert, almost like they're trying to catch every sound. But when they're feeling remorseful, those ears tell a different story. They droop, flatten against their head, almost as if weighed down by guilt. It's a subtle shift, but once you learn to recognize it, you'll see it time and time again. Those droopy ears are a clear sign that your dog is feeling sorry, trying to make amends for their actions. It's like they're saying, "I know I shouldn't have chewed on the furniture, barked at the mailman, or stolen the steak off the counter. Please forgive me." It's their way of trying to appease you, to show that they understand they've stepped out of line. The key is to look for the change in their normal ear carriage. If your dog usually has erect ears and they're suddenly drooping, that's a clear sign that something's up. Number 5, hiding in corner. You've just discovered your dog has committed a major no-no. Maybe they've raided the garbage, shredded your favorite pillow, and where do you find them? Hiding in a corner, looking like they've been framed for a crime they didn't commit. But that retreat isn't an admission of guilt. It's about seeking solace, a safe space to process emotions. Dogs, like humans, feel guilt, anxiety, and fear. Corners provide security and protection. It's their way of creating a safe haven. They're not hiding from you. They're decompressing and regaining composure. Approach with empathy. Once ready, they'll come out, ready to make amends. Number 6, avoiding eye contact. They say the eyes are the windows to the soul, and this holds true for our canine companions as well. While dogs might not be able to express their emotions through complex facial expressions like humans, their eyes speak volumes. Think about it. When your dog is happy and playful, their eyes are bright, sparkling with joy. They meet your gaze directly, inviting you to join in their fun. But when they've done something wrong, their eyes tell a different story. The once bright gaze becomes downcast, evasive. They avoid direct eye contact, looking away, down at the floor, or even off to the side. This averted gaze is a clear sign of submission, a way of saying, "I understand I've disappointed you, and I'm truly sorry." It's their way of acknowledging your authority and expressing their remorse without directly challenging you. You see, in the canine world, direct eye contact can be perceived as a challenge, a sign of dominance. So when your dog avoids your gaze after a transgression, they're not trying to be sneaky or dismissive. They're actually trying to de-escalate the situation to show you that they respect your authority and understand they've broken the rules. Number 7, whimpers. We all know dogs are masters of vocal communication. They bark, howl, growl, and whine, each sound conveying a specific message. And when it comes to apologies, the whimper reigns supreme. Have you ever noticed your dog letting out a soft whimper or a plaintive whine after they've chewed on your favorite shoe or dug up your prized roses? It's not just a random sound. It's their way of expressing their regret and seeking your forgiveness. Think about it. A whimper is a sound of vulnerability, a plea for understanding. It's the canine equivalent of saying, "I'm so sorry, please don't be mad at me." It's their way of tugging at your heartstrings, appealing to your compassionate side. Now, the intensity of the whimper can vary depending on the dog and the severity of their perceived transgression. Some dogs might just let out a soft, almost inaudible whimper, while others might launch into a full-blown mournful wail. The key is to pay attention to the tone and context of the whimper. Number 8, submissive posture. In the animal kingdom, body language speaks volumes, and dogs have a particularly expressive way of communicating their emotions through posture. And when it comes to apologies, nothing speaks louder than the submissive posture. Picture this. Your dog, usually full of pep and bounce, is suddenly sprawled out on the floor, belly exposed, tail tucked between their legs. They might even roll slightly onto their back, offering you their most vulnerable spot. This isn't a sign of defeat. It's a powerful display of trust and submission. By exposing their belly, they're essentially saying, "I trust you implicitly. I know I've messed up, and I'm putting myself completely at your mercy." It's their way of saying, "Please don't hurt me. I understand I've done wrong." This submissive posture is often accompanied by other apologetic signals, like an averted gaze, flattened ears, or even a soft whimper. It's their way of reinforcing the message, "I'm sorry, please forgive me." The key is to look for the overall change in their body language. If your dog, usually brimming with confidence, suddenly becomes subdued and submissive, it's a clear sign that they understand they've messed up and are seeking your forgiveness. Number 9, reduce painting. We often associate heavy panting in dogs with physical exertion, a long walk, a rousing game of fetch. But panting can also indicate emotional states like remorse. When your dog is anxious or feeling guilty, their breathing becomes rapid and shallow. It's a physiological response to stress. As they calm down, their breathing slows and becomes deeper and more relaxed. This slowing breath signals they're starting to calm down. They understand what they did was wrong. This change might be accompanied by a relaxed body posture or a soft lick of the lips. It's their way of saying, "I'm no longer feeling overwhelmed." Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. If you found this video helpful, then do not forget to like, subscribe, and share the video with your friends.